So yeah, I basically got kicked off of DofE for trying to sleep with a girl. Hi. So you've obviously clicked on this video because you want to see why I got kicked out of DofE. Well, you can skip to like 12 minutes if you want to see the full story, but I'm gonna keep the vlog in anyway because it's still an entertaining video and I don't mind showing my experience because overall it wasn't a terrible experience. It was just, you know, it had its downfalls and I hope you enjoy the vlog part of it. We've just arrived at DofE, our start point, so all our group's waiting on me, Megan and Lizzie, and then we can set off. Hi, we've just set off now. I'm feeling kind of good about it.
What time
you know.
is it?
9:15. So we've reached the end. Thank you. We've reached the end of our first route. So I'm feeling quite confident. I've adjusted the setting on my bag so it's like more comfy.
I look like a pig.
So it only hurts around my waist actually.
It's supposed to rain. Don't judge me.
Yeah, it is meant to rain, but it's not.
Oh my god.
It's a bit disgusting. I won't fit in
I'm
my
not
bag.
sharing a tent with you. Go like it.
How's that chocolate?
I'm eating chocolate.
Oh my god, what's that?
M&M chocolate.
And a bar? Where did you get that from?
Tesco. What?
My sister in Camp America forced an overweight camper to do push-ups in the middle of the night as a punishment, and they couldn't do them.
Hey babies.
Miguel, they're scared of you.
I don't know why. No, they're scared of you.
No. Oh.
That, Lizzie, I'm gonna throw up. That's
Put it on the other
disgusting.
side.
Ew.
It's raining really bad. I've
Yeah.
done 3 points.
Yeah, we're
doing
did
pretty
like
well.
We are. Like, I didn't pack as much this week because I was like, I didn't need all that, and my head being weird. What? Not to the no, no, no. We're actually doing really well. We're on our way now to our next
listen
point,
to the music.
which is the castle.
Should I put Titanic music?
Yeah, I put Titanic. Basically, we just got flagged up. One of the teachers was like, "You've not been to the car park," and I was like, "Yeah, I've got video evidence." So I had to show the evidence. Like, what the heck? We're at the castle now. That's the castle walls there. And the castle.
Oh yeah, because it's dry.
I want to just sit there anyway, though. Oh, if you can see me. But we're in the castle, you know, taking a break from the rain because the rain is horrible. But what's really bad is that our teachers haven't laminated any of our things. Like our maps, we've still got the like scrap one because no one's laminated it. It's raining so bad. Actually, it's like actually trucking it down. I think we're failing for some reason, but we're doing well. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, the rain's really bad. Oh my god, my hat is dripping. I just got a call. So who's pushing me? I just got a call from the teacher, and she was saying, no, it's 102. She was saying that she needs to talk to us when we arrive to a place. So she's probably going to tell us that we failed. The teacher. Oh no. I'm scared. Why is my phone doing this?
I'm really scared.
I'm so scared. I hope we don't fail. Oh, we just spoke to the teacher, and she was like,
At this moment in time, you failed.
I'm low-key stressing. I've just, you know, taken myself for a walk through the church that we're in. I want to go pray to God that we don't fail. Because honestly, I couldn't care less if we fail. It's just like a personal achievement. Like, I want to do it. How fun. Honestly, weeing into a river, it was therapeutic for me. And apparently that's drinking water.
It is.
I don't think it is.
No, it is because they said before it had a sign, drinking water, do not pollute, and then he's gonna.
Oh yeah,
no.
look, this is your drinking water, please do.
No!
It has a sign. And there's a hole. Not that deep. No, but it's your funnel.
Is it wet on your feet?
It's kind of nice.
Baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 oh. I thought you'd always be
So, I've got us onto this bridge.
Look at those. Look
How beautiful. So, I'm so proud of us. Is that a teacher? Oh no, I think we're at a checkpoint. No, it's something with the dog. Yay, well I'm happy anyway.
Miguel, this is going on the presentation.
Vlog. We have a frog on Lizzie's hands.
So cute.
Oh, he's cute.
Guys, so
Nope.
traumatizing it. I want the frog.
No, it's my frog. I found
That
it.
is the cutest thing.
Okay,
Okay, let's go.
Like the talking to Miss Sinking somewhere else.
Close up of Mr. Friggy Frog. Look at him.
Oh my god.
He's so cute.
He's such.
Look at these. Ew. We're here. Ow. My back kind of hurts now. I don't know why. Not my back, it's just my shoulders hurt. So I might take my bag off.
Come together.
Oh my god, we've got more.
She might scare me.
Why are they so cute? Wait, you two
I
go
want
and
a
find
pet
one
frog.
now.
No, Justine.
No, got it.
I want to find one.
Like chilling in the mud.
Wait, where's it?
Just sending me these clips.
Wait.
Look, Chloe!
We've got frogs. Had a fan last time.
Oh yeah, someone said
Did
you
you
were
not see
looking
that?
in the comments.
What? Well, I'm not surprised.
So why is my jump? I don't care. So we were just doing some climbing, and then Lizzie climbed over something and she lost her frog. Oh, I don't think I actually said. So we've met up with our instructor again, our assessor. We saw her at one of the checkpoints, and then I was like, Miss, are we still failed? And then she said that we've not failed anymore. Well, we've passed. So, oh my god, a snail. Oh my god. My waterproof things keep falling down. Oh, people have been stumbling on this. My phone's on charge, which is so good. Emma, if you're watching, I love you. Because you let me borrow your portable charger when I didn't have one. So, thank you so much. I owe you endless favours. Oh my god. That was really scary. Oh my god. Wow.
That was like Loki's terrifying.
I was scared actually. Guys, we're coming up. And there's our teacher down there. So, I think we've made it alive. We've got to the campsite and there's only one other group here. But we have this like cute little canopy this time. It's so cute in here. I like, oh it does, it smells like fire. I just said it smells like fire. I meant fire. Why did I say fire? Sorry. Yeah, sorry fire. I'm on designated tent duty again. This is Emma and her sensual dancing.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
That is just beautiful, Emma. I love it. So in the last video, when there was a dance floor here, we've now come around the corner to find yellow grass. What on earth? Ew, look how dirty my shoes are. They're like a gradient. Oh, there was music here last week. It was actually so much nicer.
I'm scared of heights.
I'm all the way up. Wait, that's
Oh my lord. Ready? It looks like someone just like pulled you over.
Everyone's like sat under that big yellow thing I showed before, but me and Lizzie just sort of went there and then ran to our tent. And I'm soaked.
This is so miserable.
I'm so wet.
I look like a man.
Oh. I think the rain stopped now. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah.
Just as I say, I think the rain stopped. It starts again. You can see it there.
I was planning.
Yeah. Ew. My hair's drying again.
Yay! It starts to rain immediately.
Emma's
Cooking with a
making her food. We don't have a stove because I think Alicia took it and then, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god, no. No.
Hi again. Hi again. Hi guys. We have. How can I vlog?
Go on.
We have had dinner. What did you have, Lizzie?
I had I said pasta instead of pasta. Pasta. We go with vlogging for you. We wanted to leave you a little message.
What did you have?
Oh wait, is this my phone?
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh my.
I don't like my face. I look ugly.
I had mac and cheese, and it was raining, and we cooked it with gas.
Miguel's gonna die.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my.
I can't. I can't. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're being sent home. Guys, I'll explain everything. Long. I'm in the car on my way home. The time is 19 past 11. I'm using my little sister's phone to give myself light. I guess I'll just have to explain everything that happened, you know, because that was out of order. Okay, so we're here at the storyline. I hope you enjoyed that. If you watched it, but if you didn't, I don't blame you because I'd want to see the tea. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that part. Anyway, I'm now going to get into the story, the fun, juicy part that everyone obviously wants to see more than they actually want to see the vlog, because it's just kind of boring, I won't lie. I'm going to start off by saying I'm going to use one real name in this, and that's Lizzie's, because she doesn't mind having a name out there, and she was obviously in the video, me calling her Lizzie. And I'm also going to say everyone else's name will be a cover name. I won't be using real names, obviously, because, you know, I don't really want to cause anything more towards the school. It wasn't their fault. It was just a few individual teachers that obviously kind of ruined my experience for me, and I want to share that with you. I don't want to cause anything bad for the school. I'm going to say the school is dealing with the situation really, really well. So thank you to the school. I'm going to start off by clearing the air and saying I am gay. So me and Lizzie sharing a tent, I'm not really a threat to anyone else. So yeah. So our story starts a few weeks before the practice expedition. We actually asked Mr. Brown if we could share a tent together, you know, obviously understanding that we might not be able to because, you know, a boy and a girl sleeping in a tent together is obviously frowned upon by a lot of people. But again, I know I'm gay, so I know I don't want to do anything with Lizzie. So obviously we went in asking, but knowing that we might not be able to. But we were told by Mr. Brown that we could share a tent. So that made us really happy. And then Lizzie's dad picked me up from school and then took me home, and we were in the car saying, oh, I'm really happy, you know. He said we could share a tent together, and her dad was fine with that. So the first week, you might have watched the first week's vlog. We did put up a tent together. We didn't end up sharing that for different reasons, but we did put the tent up together. Lizzie bossing me around a lot, standing there a lot, but we did put the tent up, and yeah. So before the first week actually happened, I'd put the tent up in my lounge to see if it was okay. And it was broken. It had something missing. I can't remember what was actually missing. So we took it back to Mr. Smith. Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith are the only two characters in this. Everyone else is, you know, not really needed. So we took the tent back to Mr. Smith and we got a new tent. This was a day before the practice expedition. So I didn't have time to actually put it up because I was out buying food, buying, you know, all my necessities that I needed. So on the practice expedition, we got to our campsite and we took our tent out that we were given the day before. And, you know, you obviously saw that poles are missing and the inside cover is missing. So we go to Mr. Smith and ask for a new tent, and ours is, again, faulty. We got 3 possible new tents, maybe 4, I'm not sure, it showed it in the last video, but they were all missing certain pieces, so we basically just mixed all the tents we got to make one functional tent that wouldn't collapse in the middle of the night, but it was very flabby. But yeah, that's just my tent building skills. They're not really that up to scratch, if I'm honest. So I didn't end up staying on the practice expedition for the full 2 days because I had somewhere else that I needed to be. But that's okay because it was only the practice expedition. So on the real expedition, me and Lizzie actually ended up putting our tent up together again, and it worked. It was up, so that was really good for us too. So then we were at the park on camp, and you obviously saw that if you watched the vlog part of it. And it's about 10 o'clock, 10:05, and Mr. Smith comes to me and Lizzie and asks for a word. So we say that's okay, and that, yeah, he can obviously have a word with us because we're not going to say no to him. So we walk off with him, and he basically just starts to ask why we thought it was okay to share a tent together. We told him that we'd asked Mr. Brown, and he said there's no problem with that, which he did. He told us, okay, that's fine, no problem. But then Mr. Smith continues to call us liars, and he said that Mr. Brown said that he'd think about it. So basically, Mr. Brown went back on his own words and tells us there's no way he'd let us stay together. By the way, if you see me looking up, I'm actually just reading it off the screen. I think I said that at the start of the video, but I cannot remember all this, so I had to write it down in notes to sort of condense it all. So Mr. Smith continues to shout at me and tells me that I'm going to have to set up a new tent next to Mr. Brown's. And that's obviously embarrassing because 1, it's 10:10 at this point and I don't want to set up a new tent. It's going dark. And 2, I don't want to have to live next to a teacher. That's just embarrassing. So I tell him I'm going to the toilet, but instead I call my mum crying. My mum tells me that it's okay and she'll get it sorted. She tells me she's got the school's emergency number for the DofE expedition and she'll call it. So she ends the call and I think it's going to be okay. My mum calls me back and tells me no one's actually answering the emergency school number and that she wants to speak to Mr. Smith and Mr. Brown through my phone. So I go to Mr. Smith and he instantly starts shouting at me again, telling me I know I'm not meant to be on my phone. I tell him my mum wants to talk to him and he takes my phone from me. And, you know, my mum's obviously mad about 1, not being able to reach the emergency number, and 2, the last minute change of heart at like 10 o'clock. It was a change of heart, love. You know, this was late, the sun was down, it was 10:10, something like that. It's just a ridiculous time, basically. So Mr. Smith is shouting at the phone down my mum, telling her not to disrespect him, and he's also not listening to what she has to say, which I think's rude. Everyone has to listen to my mum. When he didn't get his own way with my mum, he actually handed the phone back to me. I told him my mum wanted to talk to him still, but he refused to speak on the phone to her and said that if she wanted to talk to him, she could do so when she picks me up, because there's no way I'm spending the night at camp. But this is basically when he told me that I was not allowed to stay on camp. So I tell my mum this and she's obviously furious, so she gets in the car with my two sisters and begins a 45-minute drive to pick me up at 10:30 p.m. in the pouring rain. I start to pack up my belongings and I'm telling my friends, you know, what has happened and why I'm being sent home. You know, not really saying the full story, but, you know, basically just trying to pack and explain to people that I've been kicked out of DofE. Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith stand behind me for a few minutes whilst I'm trying to pack my bags and also, you know, keep my phone in one hand, on the phone to my mum still with a torch, so, you know, really doing 9 jobs at once. So that was quite, you know, that was quite awkward, having them watch me pack up my belongings, pack up my whole house. Well, just my belongings, because I left the tent for Lizzie because she decided to stay the next day. When I've finished packing, I'm just talking to my friends, saying my goodbyes, because this is definitely the last time I'm ever going to see any of them. So I would say my farewells, good luck for the future. And Mr. Brown comes over and he tells me that Mr. Smith is waiting for me in the car park. I'm still on the phone to my mum at this point and she tells me not to end it. So I go to the car park with Mr. Smith sat in his car with the engine on whilst I'm obviously stood outside in the cold, in the rain at about 10:30 p.m. Mum finally arrives and it's about 11:15 at night. And there's a small altercation between her and my teacher, Mr. Smith. And at this point, Mr. Brown is actually nowhere to be seen, which is so funny because he is the one that I personally believe went back on his words. So, you know, that's obviously quite weird. My mum actually does get her feelings across. She likes to say, I'm South African and no one treats me badly. Which I love because that's just the best attitude you can have in life, really, isn't it? So, my mum gets her feelings across and we all get in the car to leave. So I actually get home about midnight. I think it was 11:55 that we pulled back into our driveway. And I actually have a picture that I put on my private story that says 11:57 p.m. is when I was sat in my lounge at home. That Monday, me and Lizzie obviously return all our borrowed equipment without paying the £1 fee per equipment because obvious reasons. So basically, that Monday was the last Monday in school that I had before the 6 weeks holidays. I think I broke up on Tuesday or Wednesday. But, you know, the school was very fast in dealing with it. I'm quite happy the school is, you know, doing so well at dealing with this because it wasn't a nice situation. But, you know, I'm just waiting to hear back from the school when I go back in September. So, yeah, I basically got kicked off of DofE for trying to sleep with a girl. If you want to put it that way. That I didn't really want to sleep with. Just, I wanted to sleep with and get a nice sleep. If I hear anything back from the school when I go back, I'll obviously update on my Snapchat and Instagram. And you can find those linked on the screen here because I want clout. And please share the video as well because I want to be famous.